everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jennifer, and today we're going to be doing sort of a recap video. There have been so many new releases, and a lot of you have been asking me like, okay, well, which ones do I pick? So what I've been trying to do is dedicated videos to the new things, like the new Chanel lips, the new Hermes. You'll have one on the new Dior lips as well. And then these kind of recap, revisit videos where I pick certain products. Today we're going to talk about Shiseido, Chanel, Hermes, Rare Beauty, and a couple other things. And kind of get a better feel for what we think of them so that when we do the, favorites, fails kind of thing at the end, you'll already know the kind of products that you might be interested in picking up. I will also indicate to you, I've tried to do this going like way back, but I'll try to indicate really where products I think are going to be very limited edition or they're going to sell out, because it has been, at least of late, that limited edition or there's not a lot of product has actually meant that. In years past, when they said something was a limited edition or that it could sell out, it was always in my opinion, a marketing tactic, to get you to buy it. Now, I think it really means it, because there have been products that have been really difficult to get, and once they're gone, they're gone. So let's start with the Shiseido. So I have on my face nothing but my brows. My brows are done. That is it. I do have on some skincare. I will have a video on skincare. A lot of you have been asking me about it, which I think is really important. And I just want to make it clear to everyone, I'm not an esthetician. I'm not a dermatologist. I have developed this skincare regime for me. It works well for me. I've also gone to dermatologists and estheticians over the years. And I'll always be honest with you about like if I get something done. I am going to get lasers done later this year now that mask mandates were just lifted today. Woot woot. I'm very excited. So I'm going to get lasers. I have to find, appointments and all that good stuff. And you'll see it because I'll look odd for a couple days. I don't get the severe, there's different levels of lasers. I don't get the ones where like your face peels off or anything, but I do get the one where you kind of look like a Triscuit for a while. But it's good for people who have redness to their skin, rosacea, and it's good for collagen buildup, all that good stuff. So anyway, I'll let you know when I do stuff like that. But for the most part, it's just trying to eat better, sleep, lots of water, decent diet and good skincare. And preventative. Don't go in the sun. Okay, so Shiseido. This is the Synchro Skin Self-Refreshing Tint Broad Spectrum SPF 20. I have it in 125 Fair Astrid. Okay, let's see. It says on the back for face. Okay, well that's helpful. 0.95 ounces. It's about 1 ounce, or 30 milliliters. Okay, so it's got titanium dioxide of 2%, which is the part of the SPF. Okay, so I always shake them up a little bit. I know in these pumps it doesn't really matter, but let me show you how it looks on the back of my hand. The shade is right, by the way, for me. So you can see it's creamy. It's very creamy. Okay, so we're gonna put this on the face. Like I did with the Hermes, when I use a tinted moisturizer, I use my fingers. I feel like, again, my way of doing things, if I'm gonna use a tinted moisturizer, it's because I'm not, going to give a speech, or I'm not going to a big meeting, or I don't know, whatever I would wear more coverage for. This is for like, I'm living my life. I'm going out to the movies, maybe, again. I'm running errands, whatever. And for some people, this is all you ever wear, which is, that's cool too. I have a lot of friends who don't ever wear, foundation. They wear a tinted moisturizer or a balm, and that's it. It spreads really well. I don't smell anything. I do have on, I'm trying out some new perfumes, so it might be hard for me to tell because I have like 3 perfumes on. There's a lot of new perfumes out there that I like. And I have a tendency to kind of go in clumps on that too. Like I'll be like, oh, I don't need any more perfumes. And then like in the space of a week, I'll buy like 10 of them. You know, you're like, okay, Jen, you didn't need that. All right, that looks great. It's like sticky a little. I'm gonna take a little bit more of it, and I'm just, what I do when I want, like, I feel like I need like a little extra coverage from a tinted moisturizer. It's just through, it's through the areas where I mostly have rosacea. It's not a shock, not a shock. I just kind of let it sit for a second and just like let it sit there. So while we're doing that, just gonna let it sit for a second. The things that for me are kind of positives of the tinted moisturizer. They don't have a smell. This does not have a smell. It doesn't have a smell. It goes on easily, right? It's a tinted moisturizer. It should feel kind of like skincare, you know, or balm. It should feel like it's moisturizing. It should feel like it's going nicely under your skin, and you shouldn't feel like it's dragging on anything. When I use the Hermes, it's right here. I'll show you on the back of my hand the consistency. When I use the Hermes, it did seem to drag on my skin. Notice it's very similar in consistency to the Shiseido. Color's also pretty close. And I have promised you guys a update on that, and I will do it, like I said, in that overall video of all the tinted moisturizers. It's coming. Although it looked fine when I put it on the back of my hand, it dragged on my skin and it stuck to dry spots, which this one is not doing at all, by the way. However, I always like to give things, you know, a couple of chances, because that day my skin was very, very irritated. I talked about it in the video. So it's possible that my skin was in such a condition that nothing would have looked good on it. You know, we'll have to see. So I think that looks really good. I'm in natural light, by the way, guys. I do try to, I talked about my filming schedule. You know, the only time I really film is on the weekends. I do film some nights if there's something that's come out that I really want you guys to see, but it's really hard because it's like 8 o'clock at night or 9 o'clock at night, and I'm tired, and I tends not to be as well thought out. So I'm in natural light, so you guys can see it. I think that looks really impressive, actually. I mean, for a tinted moisturizer, I think it really gave some decent blurring. I don't want to say coverage, because it is a tinted moisturizer, so, you know, coverage isn't really the number one thing, but it does blur the imperfections, which is, I think, what a lot of us want from a tinted moisturizer, right? I actually think that looks quite nice. It's a little sticky, not like, you know, like a tinted moisturizer normally is. Let's talk a little bit about the Chanel versus the Hermes powder. I'm talking about the Glow powder in specific. So this is the Radiant Glow in Mirage. Yeah, Mirage. Anytime something says Mirage, I get nervous, because I'm like, so it's not there? That's not good. They're very different. In my opinion, they're very different products, but let's just get into it for a second. The Camellia Powder is illuminating powder. The Hermes powder is a radiant glow powder, so similar idea. You know, they obviously the Chanel has this beautiful Camellia. If you're asking me when it's coming out, I'm going to give you a date. I want to caveat this though. This may not be the date. Okay, this is what we think right now as of the beginning of March, but it could change. So March 16th, this should be available. My understanding is that it's exclusive to Chanel, so it'll be in a Chanel boutique and online in the United States. It's already available overseas. There will not be a lot of this. So if you want it, don't wait on it. That's all I'm saying. I'm not telling you to buy it. I'm saying if you want it, don't wait on it, because I don't think this is going to be around. The rest of the collection, the LeBlanc collection, will be available on the 16th as well, as of now, and I will be picking up the entire collection. So, okay, so let's ruin the Camellia further. This just feels wrong. Just doesn't feel right. Doesn't feel right ruining that. All right, so that's the Camellia powder, okay? And then this is the Hermes. The Hermes doesn't feel nearly as smooth. It feels grittier, first of all. But if you look at the shades, they're not drastically different. Which, I mean, it's a highlighting powder, illuminating powder, so okay. I'm gonna swatch it on my hand like this. You're not gonna see much because there isn't much. just to be honest. Okay, let's build up more of it. The Camellia is a little, I don't know if you can even pick it up. The Camellia is a little pinkier. The Hermes is a little peachier. I'm gonna let the camera adjust to that for a minute to see if you can actually see it. Camellia, Hermes. What I would say is that the Camellia is definitely softer. It feels almost, it does have a texture, of course, but it's much more silky. The Hermes is grittier. I don't think it's as nice of a powder. But I actually was impressed with the way the powder looked on the face. I didn't think it was bad. I really don't. I think it's actually pretty nice. And we're gonna use the mattifying powder as well. So I do think it's a good powder. If I have to choose between the two, I pick the Chanel. It's not even a question. One, I just think the packaging is stunning, but I think the powder's better. That's just me. So let's use the KZ05 brush. Let's use the Chanel on this side and we'll use the Hermes on this side. Yeah, I really like the Chanel. I'm gonna use more of it than I usually do, guys. Just wanna preface that. I'm gonna kind of pounce it. So I'm gonna be a highlighting kind of day. Because I want you to see it. I don't use a lot of highlighter, not because I don't like highlighter, because actually, I think highlighter is beautiful. It's that I'm older and my skin is more textured now. And, you know, highlight, even good highlight, can accentuate that. Okay, so that's the Chanel. It's a beautiful, beautiful powder. Now, I think you can use the Camellia powder as all over, as a glow, like I did with the Hermes the other day. And in fact, I have done that a couple of times. It looks really pretty. It just looks really nice. Just use a big fluffy brush. Otherwise, you can look too shiny. Do you know what I mean? Okay, so let's do the Hermes. Pounce. I mean, you don't have to use a fluffy brush. You can use a dense brush, but you're gonna, you know, your face is gonna look very shiny. Okay. Hermes. Chanel. I think you can see that this one has a little bit more like of a pink cast. This one's a little peachier. This is a little shinier. This is a little more subtle. I'd say for older skin, I'd go with the Chanel. You know, I don't want to say anything bad though, because I don't want to say anything that, I don't want to say that the Hermes is bad, because I don't think the Hermes is bad. I really don't. I just don't think it's, I think it's fine. I think it's good. It looks very pretty. It's like the Permabrass, which is actually a highlighter. The Permabrass is actually quite nice. I think it's very pretty. I just, you know, I wouldn't buy it over, say, one of the Chanel highlighters or the Rare Beauty highlighter. So again, it's all preference, right? It's packaging and all the other good stuff that are part of it. But anyway, so there's Hermes, Chanel. Okay, so I'm gonna take Rare Beauty. This is the Happy Soul. I've shown this to you a couple of times. Pretty sure this is sold out everywhere. Sorry about that. So we've got the Rare Beauty blended into the face. I think you can see it really is a beautiful, I love that contour, bronzer, whatever you want to call it. It's absolutely stunning. If it comes back in stock, I strongly encourage you to pick it up. I am going to be doing multiple videos for the Sephora sale. That will definitely be on my list. You know, actually I have it in my cart to have another one because I could see me going through this one pretty quickly, and I'd love to pick it up on sale. But I might, if not, I'll pick it up on sale, you know, later in the year because there's usually 2 sales. We'll see. But anyway, it's a fantastic product. I think you can see though with the Hermes versus the Chanel that the Hermes is a blingier look. It has more highlight to it than the Chanel. The Chanel is subtler. Chanel is always sort of a subtle brand. I mean, that's their aesthetic. It's beautiful, but it's not like blingy. The highlighter here from Hermes has more of a reflect. When I put it all over my face, you could see the dry spots that it kind of clung to. So you have to be careful with both of them to put all over your face, but the Chanel is much easier because it's just sort of a subtle glow, where the Hermes, if you build it up, can be a little bit more. It depends on what you're looking for. Okay, so before we go to, I'm gonna talk a little bit about what I'm gonna put on my lips. I wanna talk about eyes really quickly. So the mascara I'm gonna put on today is the Camellia mascara. Been loving this mascara. I've talked about it a bunch of times. I still love it. I think it's really easy to get off with the Kojendo Spa Water. I can't speak to other types of cleansers, but for me, I've had no problem getting it off. It has not irritated my eyes. It's my new favorite mascara, so absolutely love it. I've been thinking about trying the MAC one because there's been a lot of hype about it. Let me know if you're interested. So for eyes, what I'm gonna do for eyes today, I'm just gonna use one color, and I'm very excited about this. I wanted to call it out specifically, and I'm gonna mention something on Instagram. So there's a company called Pretties for Your Face. And it turns out that Pretties for Your Face is here in Massachusetts. So I was thrilled to support a Massachusetts company. Like I said, I'm gonna post something on Instagram. And I picked up a bunch of the little eyeshadows, the single ones, because I was like, oh, it's so fantastic, Massachusetts company. But more importantly, at least to me, the reason that I decided to invest in this company, and I will be buying more, is because my very, very sweet friend, Kelly from Keep Beauty Real, had 2 shades that she created, and I'm gonna use one of them today. I picked up both of them. This one is, make sure I have the shade name right, Lovelies, because when Kelly does her introduction, she calls everybody Lovelies. I think that is in fact lovely. I wish I could do that, but it just doesn't come naturally for me to call people that, so I don't. Not that I don't think you're all lovely, but it's just not part of my real vernacular. So Lovelies is this really pretty, I think, pinky, goldy shade. Yeah, it's peachy. It shifts. It's really nice. It's a beautiful shade. Look at that. It's really, really nice. So we're gonna put that on the eye. I'm just gonna use that today all over my eye, and then I'll put on the Camellia mascara. But if you haven't checked out this brand, I say A, check out the brand, and B, if you're so inclined, pick up this shade and the other shade that Keep Beauty Real, and I'll put the other shade down below, designed for them, because one, it's a beautiful shade, and that's the most important thing. I really believe, like, if I ever get lucky enough in my life to design anything, makeup, jewelry, I hope that what I will do is I will design something that is so stunningly beautiful that you'll all want it because it's, stunningly beautiful. Not just because, I created it. And that's what Kelly has done here. This is a stunning shade. So I'm not saying pick it up because Kelly did it and she's my friend, she's lovely, or that it's a Massachusetts company. I'm saying this is really good and it's worth your money. And it really is. I'm really impressed with the quality. Like, a lot of times there are these types of shadows that, they look really pretty in the pan, and they're like, oh, they're nice shimmery shades or whatever, but they don't really last, or they don't have the qualities that like a luxury makeup will have to look good on a textured eye, if you will, like mine. That's not true with this. These are really, really good. So I picked up a few shades because I wasn't sure. Like, I picked up Kelly's shades because I was supporting Kelly, I will admit, because it was a Massachusetts company. But I picked up a few other shades to try it out, and I gotta say, they're really, really good. Like, there's one shade in here that I'm gonna do a look with it. I'm so excited. Okay, anyway. Look at that. Look how pretty that is. One shade, one and done. And if you're looking for like a peachy pink spring look, that's it. that's it right there. And I've had a lot of people ask me about like, where are all the, I'll put the link down below, and I'll make sure that you know which shades are Kelly shades, but this one is Lovely's. All right, I'm gonna put some mascara on. We'll be right back. We'll finish with lip and we'll just do a quick overview. Okay, mascara is on. Like I said, Caliray is my new favorite. Absolutely love it. And this Lovely shade is in fact lovely. It's just really, really pretty. It has a shift to it that has like this gold peach pink thing that I really, really like. It reminds me a little bit of the Dior shades that came out for, you know, spring that were actually in January. It has that kind of shade to it, but honestly, it's nicer because it has this gorgeous gold undertone that I think looks really, really nice on the eye. Yeah, this is a great shade. And like I said, I got a bunch of different shades. Like I have a bunch here. I have a bunch here. There's a green one. I'm very excited. Anyway, so I'm going to talk more about that because I think I'm going to be picking up some more shades. I'm very impressed with what they did. Okay, now let's put on the Hermes powder. This is the mattifying powder. Talked about this in the last video, the Hermes video, and I'm going to take a very little amount of this and I'm just going to put a little bit on the face, not a lot. Okay, I think, I didn't put anything more on the brush, I'm just like blending a little bit. I think for those of you who are interested in a mattifying powder that is not too mattifying, like you are dry like me, okay, I think this is really extremely good actually. It's a radiant matte. It really is a radiant matte powder, and I think it looks lovely on my skin. In fact, I am very impressed with this. I didn't think I was gonna like it, and in fact, when I was doing the Hermes video, I said, I don't see me using this. I was incorrect. This is very good. And in fact, I'm starting I've been testing it out. So one of the things that I used to do, and I still do it, I used to do it more when I traveled, I would take the By Terry Hyaluronic pressed powder, and it was a loose powder. It's also on a pressed powder. And I would press it like right under the eye to sort of set that. I think I can do that with this. So I'm not saying it will replace By Terry, I'm just saying they might work similarly. So I'm gonna keep testing that and see what happens with it. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Where is I had a brush. I had a specific brush. Here it is. I'll use this one. It's a very, like, guys, there's like, that's it. That's all that's on there. So I think this might be something that I use, that I can use like I use the By Terry. Because it does feel like it feels comfortable. It doesn't settle into lines. I haven't noticed that it's settling into lines. Because it's a radiant matte, it doesn't make the area look drier. And so far, like I said, so far, I do. I like it as an all over mattifying, radiant mattifying powder. I think it's very good. Here's the two caveats here's the one caveat for the two Hermes products. They have fragrance in them. Now, I have continuously smelled these. My husband's like, what are you doing? Because I'm like, they do have fragrance. It's not strong, in my opinion, but I have really bad allergies, like really bad. And this time of year, they especially get bad. So I don't know, maybe I'm not smelling it like as much as you guys will. But there's definitely fragrance. It's in the ingredients. It says parfum fragrance. So it's definitely in there and I can smell it. It's just, to me, it's light and it dissipates very quickly. But again, there's many of you out there who just don't want fragrance for various reasons. And it's in there. So you gotta make the decision there. Last but not least, and like I said, I'm gonna have an entire video on Dior. I'll probably be wearing the same outfit because you probably noticed this, guys, but like I said in my video, I film all my videos basically at once, maybe over the course of 2 days. So yeah, I tend to have on the same clothes. I mean, I change it up. I change the outfit up from time to time. So anyway, I'm gonna use this new shade in the Dior Addict Lip Glow. This is Dior 8. So again, Dior Addict lip glows are not new. I bought a bunch of them recently at Sephora because I had run out, like mine were either gone, I either threw them out because they got bad or I don't know what happened. I couldn't find them anymore. So I picked up a couple of shades because I actually like to carry these in my purse. They're very much like, to me, a tinted balm, like a glossy balm. They don't have a lot of color. Okay, they haven't anyway in the past. This is new color, so I don't know. This is shade 8, literally, the number 8. I picked these up, and I'll say this in my Dior video, from Marae at Nordstrom. I try to order things from her if I can. She's fantastic. She gives you lots of samples, and she's very responsive, and so you can order from her, or you can order online. There'll be a link in the description. So, okay, this is about the same as the other Dior glows, which is what I want. Like, these are supposed to be, they're supposed to be, you know, just a balm with some shade to it. So this is shade 8. This is what it looks like though. So I want you to be aware. It looks really, you know, the glows always look like this. They look like really, really pigmented. Like it's a really strong color and you're like, oh, I couldn't wear that. And then, you know, you put it on your lip and there's not much there, which is actually one of the reasons they work for me in my purse. Okay, I'm gonna put this on my lip. This also has a slight scent. I don't know what that is. Okay. This one's actually more pigmented than any of the other lip glows I've used. Yeah, there's definitely more pigment here, which is great because it's actually like enough, but not too much. I'd say it's a rosewood with a little bit of warmth. That's a great color. Wow. That's a really pretty color. I think that would work on most people. I mean, because it's, you know, a balm, a glow, so it's not supposed to be opaque. Okay, very nice. All right, I like that one. All right, so I think today we created a relatively simple to do everyday kind of look. It's certainly not over the top, but really pretty, really fresh, right? Spring-like, because we are in March. I think that the Shiseido tinted Synchro Skin Self-Refreshing Tint is phenomenally good. This has really blended right into my skin. Fair Astrid 125 is definitely my shade. I think if you're a color match for me, this is your shade. This is an excellent tinted moisturizer. Went on beautifully. It's lasting, it gives decent coverage. It blurred everything out. I would definitely highly recommend this. I will do the comparison balm video coming up. The Pretties for Your Face. Check them out. Check them out. This is a beautiful shade. Congratulations, Kelly. You did a great job. The Hermes Powders. I really like the Hermes Powders. I think they're very, very good. I think the Radiant Matte is actually excellent. The question is, you know, are there other things out in the market? Yes, yes there are, and Hermes is very expensive, so you make the call on that. If I'm picking between the Radiant Glow and the Hermes Camellia, Hermes Camellia. That's just what that's my opinion. That's what I like more. Calorie Mascara, again, continues to be excellent. I really love this mascara. I think it's really, really good. The Rare Beauty Contour Bronzer Stick. Put it in your cart for the Sephora sale. I'm telling you, you're gonna love it. It's really, really good. It's really, really good. And a very decent price point. And then the Dior Lip Glow in 8. Color Reviver Balm. This is really good. There's a scent. There's definitely a scent. These all have fragrance. The Pretties for Your Eyes doesn't. The Shiseido Balm doesn't. But yeah, the rest of it. Actually, the Camellia has scent too. Of course, because it's Chanel. But this definitely has like a, I don't know what that is, but anyway, it looks great. It feels really good. It feels like my other balms, but this is going directly into my purse because it's exactly what I want. Created a very springy look today. I'm kind of surprised at myself. I have, you know, pinky shades. I'm doing well. Well, thanks so much for joining me today, guys. I really do appreciate it. I hope to see you in another video really soon.